house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes, the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this speech a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
What up?
With us on the ones and twos, Joseph Ascani.
What up, what up?
Episode 137, bowl season is here. We are going bowling, one of the most important times of the entire season, sink or swim. Time to see what we can do. A lot of games to break down, 11 to be exact, and then NFL Week 15 as well. We'll recap Army-Navy. We'll give you a recap of an abysmal week in the NFL for everybody pretty much all across the board. But before we do that, I would be remiss not to mention that the game of college football as a whole, lost a legend of the sport in Mike Leach, who passed away today. He had been in a critical condition for the past few days, and unfortunately he did not make it today. A pioneer of the sport, changed the game. Basically the originator of the air raid offense. If you look at his coaching tree at this point, you got Josh Heupel, Lincoln Riley, I want to say Cliff Kingsbury, a couple other names. I mean, changed the game. You can't see anything but basically the air raid offense all across the college football landscape. 2019 LSU, the big difference there was that we started going 5 wide and started airing it out. Just a disappointing day all around for everybody if you're a fan of the sport, but just also he was a good dude, funny in his post-game interviews. Really beloved throughout the entire sport, so disappointing to see him go. So rest in peace to Mike Leach. So we got a couple other things to get into, but we tried to do this just a second ago. But
My bad.
So people want answers. We had an issue in our fantasy football league. It's a $100 league, 12-man. Top 7 get in. Nick was in the 8th spot. 6 and 7 was one game ahead of him. So if one of them lose and he wins, he gets in. He's got one of the better teams. He had dealt with some injury issues earlier on in the year. So sitting in the 6th spot was Nick's brother, Zach, who is on like a 5-6 game losing streak now. Had his own injury issues. Probably wasn't going to do much of anything if he were to stay in. Granted, he was playing the worst person in the entire league. So there's just some talks of collusion floating around. People want answers. As the commissioner of the league, I told them I would at least ask. Zach had Andy Dalton in his starting lineup, who was on bye. I texted on Thursday and said, everybody make sure to set your lineups. This is the most critical week. People are trying to get in. Seeding is at play, everything. So Zach went in, took out Andy Dalton, and input Jacoby Brissett, projected for 0 points, the backup to Deshaun Watson.
On Thursday. He did
on
that.
Thursday,
Correct.
After I texted,
fix
set
your
your
lineups,
fucking
right.
lineups, because people like to not set their lineups. So he puts in Jacoby Brissett. So there's just an aroma in the air, smells of fish that you potentially. So the question is, did you have anything to do with Zach starting Jacoby Brissett?
I did not.
You swear?
I swear to God. May I lose the rest of my bets for the rest of my life if I'm lying.
Okay. That's what I said. I'll ask. I won't question your integrity. You acknowledged how it looks, though. You acknowledged
No,
the
yeah, I
optics of
even
it.
texted him. I said, bro, well, because I noticed it before anyone even texted in the group message, and I was just like, God.
Here we go.
And then,
So you knew what was coming.
yeah, I mean, I wish I would have saw it beforehand. I would have told him to put someone who's playing in, but
Was he really that riddled by injury, or was it just Cooper Kupp?
Well, Cooper Kupp was
Because I'm
his
looking
best.
at his team.
Cooper Kupp was his best player. He was doing well, and then it went downhill.
Oh, I know who.
I mean, he barely lost to me the week before.
Right.
It's like, I don't know what he basically threw in the towel mentally, and what happened, I'm guessing.
Well, he's already in the playoffs. And
I
he's
know,
playing
but-
Josh,
Yeah.
I know.
the worst team by far.
I wouldn't have given up, but apparently we talked, I thought last week, the week before this past week was the last week, and we talked, and he's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I did
well,
too.
so if I get in, I'm just gonna get cramped.
But it's not like you're putting in hours going to the practice field, grueling like
no, it's
on
like
your
you
body.
literally
You
just
set
gotta
your
put
lineup.
players in.
Yeah, what do
Yeah.
you mean we threw in the towel? You have nothing to lose except your
I'm
injury
guessing
fee.
if
By
when he
doing
went and
that.
set his lineup, he just fucking nonchalantly did it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he has
Careless.
a track record with the past couple weeks.
But to
of-
put-
of
but to
being
play-
Yeah,
Players.
and that's the thing I was saying is like this is the same person that he dropped Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
he dropped Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, all to have Andy Dalton as
Yeah.
his starting quarterback.
Exactly.
But to put in a quarterback projected for 0 points,
Yeah, no,
it's tough.
the only thing, like I would have felt really bad about it, but the only thing is like he could have played any waiver quarterback and he still would have
yes,
lost.
I know, and I went and looked at that, but that's
because like I
irrelevant.
didn't know what I was like, well, if I've
Yeah, but there was somebody on his bench. I think that he had somebody go for fucking 40. So there was a route for him to win. So he just did nothing. So it was McKinnon
yeah.
got like 40 points.
well, I guess
But it's irrelevant though. It doesn't matter if his whole team would have scored 0 points. It's the principle of we don't know what's going to happen just because it didn't go that way.
Yeah, but like
so be it.
if let's say Tannehill, which was the obvious choice there
yeah.
to pick up
No, I
and
know.
put in,
Yeah, in
if he would have
hindsight-
scored enough points, I'd have been willing to forfeit the first round of the playoffs.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
And then you just basically
No offense to Zach personally, but he's out. I mean, we do this
Yeah,
every
no,
year.
I
It's a
don't-
revolving door of we've gone to 12-man leagues now. It used to be 10. We have a solid 10. We have a revolving door of 11 and 12. So
It's a
every
serious
year
league. Like
No, yeah, I mean
everybody knows their
Ryan
shit.
joined the league because he said he was tired of playing in leagues that people don't set their lineups or don't pay or this and that.
And
like,
12 man's hard because
Yeah.
like, getting a solid lineup in a 12 man's it's not easy.
Yeah, and this is only the second year we've gone to 12. So
Mm-hmm.
we've got a consistent group of 10, definitely. It's 11 and 12. Really, the 12th spot is just a revolving door trying to find somebody who's going to be a mainstay in the league. So,
And I'll say, I think he's telling the truth.
who, Nick?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, I don't-
yeah, I know you are. I know you are.
But Zach could have.
I wouldn't do
but-
something like I'm not that.
Well, what
first
were you
of
gonna
all,
say? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but not maybe.
No.
Maybe you didn't talk
I like
to him.
so believe in karma. Like I've been at
Oh,
the
that's
where I
blackjack
was going with
table.
this.
But maybe you didn't. Maybe y'all didn't collude. But maybe, like you said, he thought it was over last week and he just threw in the towel. Maybe he himself just said, "Fuck it,
That's
I'll
possible.
throw it and Nick
Yeah,
can get
I
in. He's
don't
got
know.
a better chance
I don't
than
think
I
he
do."
was even paying that close.
Like he
attention.
y'all might not have gotten together and conspired to
Yeah.
do it. But maybe he himself was just like, because I don't get. You got to be blind to start a quarterback projected for 0 points. Everyone looks at their point projections. It's the first thing you look at in your matchup. The quarterback's projected for the most points typically, unless you are on my team. So it's.
That's where I was going to go, though, is where Nick was going, is I believe in karma. I think if they did do that, that would have been a pick six last night for the W. I mean, I almost knocked him out with my fucking defense.
that
I
was
would've
an
been
epic
right in
performance
there.
by the Patriots, but
I said I would ask. I'm not gonna. I believe you, but
no,
I,
and then like just look at it from the other.
I don't
like,
believe that Zach just unintentionally did it.
I
though.
wouldn't be like, hey, let's do this, and let's try to get away with something that's totally crooked. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way of disguising that to make it look like.
No, yeah, I mean it looks bad.
Yeah.
it looks bad. So yeah, I'm not. I don't think you said y'all didn't conspire, so I don't think y'all conspired to do it. I personally think that he probably was like, "Fuck it, I'll throw in the towel." Nick's got a better chance of winning than I do
yeah.
anyway. He was on a 5-game losing streak, so you can't do it. You got to be blind to
I'm
miss
telling
that.
you, he was just so careless. I
don't
believe
know.
that was the case.
We'll have to ask him. because I don't. I feel
Who
like
watches?
that is an all-time careless mistake. Like
No, yeah.
I don't even believe it's. I don't even know that it's possible.
Oh, I had so many shots to get in. Fucking Rondale Moore.
You're always the top 3 worst.
I mean, Rondale Moore.
My team's in shambles. My team's in absolute shambles.
Oh, yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, you say
But
that.
you'll
until I'm
win
not.
now because
So you just got to get in. You wouldn't know about that. You've never gotten in the playoffs.
I'm going back to back in my other league.
Okay, yeah, nobody cares.
And the
about that league.
sleeper.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What-
If fucking
Who's number one in the
if
sleeper?
the other guy sets his lineups, then I have a first round bye.
But you have a
so-
first round bye at what seed? Oh, yeah, second because I'm first.
Okay, yeah, you'll lose in 2 weeks.
I'll lose in the first round.
All right, another thing. So we had to get that out of the way. So everybody, there's your answer. Take it for what it's worth. Would it hold up in a court of law? We'd have to
We
do a
don't
deep
I'd be
deeper
screwed.
dive and investigation.
I'm taking a plea.
We'd
deal.
have to check text messages and go through the whole 9 yards, and it's just we don't have the capabilities. This is kind of my best. I guess this will be my best and worst. Best thing I saw this week was the Pelicans, first place in the West. They played tonight, got the jersey on. Zion Williamson bet him 66-1 odds to win the MVP. It's already down to like 30. So bet it after the Friday when he windmill put a slam dunk contest 50 on Chris Paul's head, and then they come back and he drops another 35 on Sunday. We play the Suns again, like in a week. The Pelicans are not even healthy. They're without their best defender. They're without their best scoring threat. I still give Brandon Ingram the most versatile ability to score.
Yeah.
When we get fully healthy, I mean, we're first place in the West right now. This is a game that I'm worried we might sleepwalk through with the Jazz. But we shall see. The Pelicans are the best team in the West currently.
Yeah.
Which is kind of remarkable. So if Zion Williamson wins the MVP, man, I don't even know what I would do. But that's the best thing I saw by far, to beat the Suns back-to-back. The 360 dunk specifically was the best thing I saw. Fuck the unwritten rules. I don't give a shit. Unwritten rules is Chris Paul should dribble it out and not go for a stat padding layup.
Yeah, no,
with
I
9
don't.
seconds left.
Who gives a shit, dude? That was dope.
Well, you want people to dribble. He should have dribbled it
The
out.
fans
So should
went
Chris Paul.
nuts.
Yeah. No, yeah.
They're paying the money to come see
Yes.
that happen.
Yes. And you got
Win the game.
yeah, exactly.
Did you hear the Suns announcer?
Yeah.
He was like, "It's loud in here, but I don't think it's that loud.
Yeah, he
they
felt
definitely
like they
have
were-
like a sound boost in here."
He felt like they were pumping in crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they were booing for Chris Paul.
That's crazy.
He was salty for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was without a doubt the best thing I saw, for sure. So talk about the best thing you saw. I'm gonna go shut the dog up.
Oh, did y'all see they speaking of the MVP trophy, they're naming it after Michael Jordan.
The NBA?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Who was it formerly again?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
Was it even
who
it's just
who
the
was
Kia
the
and-
MVP?
Kia MVP?
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, if
you
you're
know all
gonna
the
name it-
LeBron haters are like, fuck yes.
Yeah. If you're gonna name it after someone, I mean, it's got to be Mike, right?
yeah, he won it 5 times.
Yeah.
What's the best thing you saw?
I had his written down, the Pelicans and the Suns, but that was also my worst too. He covered all my best.
Yeah,
and
an honorable
worst.
mention though is LSU basketball. What's the guy's name? KJ Williams.
KJ Williams dropped 35 points and hit like 7 threes.
I don't
It's
know
like a
how
power
good we
forward.
are. We're 8-1, I think. We've played a lot of close games. The one over the weekend was close against who was it again?
Wake Forest
Wake Forest, and the
Buzzer
only
beater.
loss was to Kansas State.
on a questionable.
It was
the-
like
the-
a one
the clock,
possession.
The clock
yeah.
operator didn't start the clock at the right time, so they went back and looked at it and deemed that it ran out. Very well could be undefeated. I mean, McMahon came in behind the 8 ball for sure after what Will Wade did, and kind of, I mean, what he did. I mean, he did what everybody does. So, but still, kind of, the program was definitely behind the 8 ball. He brought his guys with him from Murray State, and they're pretty fucking good. So KJ Williams specifically a 35-point double-double, and he hit like 7 threes as like a power forward. So
Yeah.
LSU has potential this year, but the future's bright. So there's not really too many expectations, I would say. Do we have a postseason ban?
I don't know.
I don't remember hearing anything about it. They may have done a self-imposed something for all I know, but I'm not sure. But they've got talent, so they'll be competitive. You said the best thing you saw?
Yeah, you covered my best and my worst. The Chris Paul little bitch ass elbow
Yeah.
to Alvarado at the end of the game was my worst.
No, yeah, Chris Paul really is a fucking.
Like, I don't think anybody else did anything after the dunk. It was just him running up to
Yeah, they
Alvarado and putting a little cheeky elbow right in his jaw.
yeah, Jose Alvarado should be everybody's favorite player.
He's so good.
He's had to work harder. He's had to work twice as hard as everybody else in the league. So the fact that I mean, he should be everybody's favorite player. He gives everything he's got every time he's on the court because he has to, because he's not 6'8". So
And that's one of the most valuable things for a team
Yeah.
is the momentum and energy it brings to the rest of your teammates.
yeah, 100%. He puts Chris Paul, a Hall of Fame point guard, into a mental pretzel every time they play. It's remarkable. He's also clearly been working on his outside shot because he's become a legitimate threat from behind the 3-point line. The Pelicans, just the future is so bright, but the present is bright. I mean, we got to see what we do right now. And Zion Williamson, just go win that. Go win the MVP. Worst thing I saw this week was the Skip Bayless Shannon Sharp exchange.
Dude, that was
Skip
funny.
Bayless is such a fucking loser. He is such a square. He shouldn't be up there talking about anything. Like the shtick he has with the Cowboys, but then now apparently Brady. It's like nauseating. I don't get how people watch or listen or entertain anything that this dude has to say. But that whole exchange was a fucking disgrace. The way he just waved off Shannon Sharp when he says he has 3 Super Bowl rings and he's in the Hall of Fame. So what? What the fuck do you mean, so what? You dusty fucking old bitch.
He goes, put your freaking glasses back on.
Yeah, people were not happy about that the way he said it. It just sounds so stupid. Like the way he's defending Tom Brady and the way he said he's 45, you had to retire at 35. Like that's young or something. Or like he's not playing fucking tight end. How many times do you see a 35-year-old tight end? I know Tony
Tight ends
Gonzalez
get banged up.
Yeah,
dude.
Tony Gonzalez went deep into his career, but that is not the norm. I don't know how old Travis Kelce is, but I know he's getting up there as well.
Yeah, he's in upper 30s.
upper 30s.
Upper
Yeah.
30s. Travis
At least
Kelce.
35 years old.
Travis Kelce?
No, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's probably like 31.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
gonna
I
say
have
he's
him in the
30,
Dynasty
31.
League.
He's maybe 31. That is I don't think that's accurate. It could be.
He was born in 1989. How old does that make him?
33.
33.
Okay. So
All right.
he's
So we were in the middle.
yeah, well, but you also said upper
You said
30s.
upper
You said
30s,
upper 30s and
When you
then
said upper
35.
30s, my mind
Honestly-
went to 38.
Yeah, well, that's upper 30s.
He's
He said,
almost
he said
fucking Tom
upper
Brady's
30s
age.
and then you said mid 30s.
Yeah.
But still, 35. I mean, Travis Kelce's been playing for a while. How many more years does Travis Kelce have?
Judging by this
regardless, to disregard a 35-year-old retirement is crazy. To say like that he retired, like just the way he worded it didn't make any sense. He tried to basically discredit. You're comparing a Hall of Fame tight end to Tom Brady, the quarterback, like, and you're saying you're not as good as him. Like, you sound like a fucking loser. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, though.
Like,
He's
you're
done
not
this
as good
his
as
whole
Stephen
career.
A. Smith, and y'all are both trash.
Yeah, he's done that his whole career, though. That's how he's made
It's
a living.
just so aggravating. It's just clickbait shit. It's getting people to do exactly what we're doing right now. But it's like, I don't watch his show. I saw the clip going on social media. I don't waste my time watching them just say these clickbaity things and giving them the views on network television. Like, I'm just not going to do it. They're not good at what they do. They're corny as can be. I despise it. What is the worst thing you saw this week?
I mean, I guess Leach is definitely the worst thing that happened.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy. It still doesn't even seem real because just like we were just talking about it breaking down Rivalry Week or right after where he was talking about he makes the gravy for Thanksgiving.
Yep. No, yeah. I mean, obviously he probably wasn't really taking care of himself.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But the UFC, the judging, man.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about that?
I heard about that.
I saw-
yeah.
I don't know about the Patty fight. I didn't really get to watch it, but statistically, who was Blachowicz fighting? How do you say that guy's name?
I don't even know.
It's something with an A.
Yeah.
I can't say it because he's Russian.
Yeah.
Akalev or something.
Yeah, something like
along
that.
those lines.
Man, it looked like statistically that he won that fight, but they called it a draw.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't watch it, to be honest, but I heard it was underwhelming. But I feel like Dana White maybe made it seem more underwhelming than it is, judging by what other people have said about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then
Now that young kid dominated.
Raul Rosas.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was sick.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped watching because
He has got
I wasn't
a
gonna pay for it.
funky face.
Oh, yeah.
Something is going on there. That's why Ryan was talking about it. He's like, he said he might be the youngest champion. That's what he said he wants to do. I'm like, not with a face like that. You can't market that. I'm sorry. That bottom lip, they got to do a procedure. They got to do something to try to tuck that thing back under the top lip, or else there's no championship in that kid's future. All right, what was the worst thing you saw this week?
I went over.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. You already did it. I think that's all I had. Yeah, that's everything. All right, so we will recap last week. An incredibly disappointing week. Army Navy, love it. Except 2 years in a row now we've dropped it. Navy -1.5. Defensively, Navy dominated this game. A block punt touchdown, and then what else happened? I understand they fumbled on the one, but I thought there was something else too. But regardless, they end up going to overtime, the first overtime in the history of this matchup. First play, Army runs it in, and then so we got 14 points in the first 2 plays of overtime, and then Navy is back on offense, driving down, and we get a fucking fumble on the 1 yard line. The guy's having a seizure on the sidelines because he's so distraught. Bro, that shit pisses me off so bad. Hold on to the goddamn football, and then you don't have to flail your arms on the sideline. You let your country down.
Yeah.
So I was pissed because, and I had a fucking funny feeling as soon as Army got that first play touchdown. It just sucks to fumble on the 1 yard line like that. I was thinking 1.5. We're gonna end up going to the third overtime. We're just gonna start trading 2-point conversions, and then we'll win in an electric fashion.
Yeah. No, I thought what was going to happen was that Navy was going to score, and then they were going to stop Army. I truly felt like that was going to happen. But, dude, they got to the 3 yard line, and then they got so conservative.
I know.
Like it was going to be they were going to give them the fucking touchdown.
Yeah. Well, I love the play call, though, to start overtime.
Oh, yeah.
The pass, finally, you catch them sleeping because you've been so conservative all game. That was a perfect time to dial up the pass. But, yeah, it's like.
But the running back almost broke it for the touchdown, and then he gets tackled at the 3, and then they go into conservative mode. Like,
it's so
that was so frustrating. And what's his name? The coach.
God, I'm drawing a blank on it. But yeah,
he's fired.
He's Hawaiian. Yeah.
They fired him in a locker room while he was still crying.
Yeah, he let his country down too. So. Just so damn aggravating because defensively they dominated this game. They were running the ball pretty well. It is what it is. I was on it. You were on it. You hit the over, though.
Yeah.
And you felt like you didn't get lucky to hit that over.
Oh my. I'm not saying I didn't get lucky, but for people that had the under, in my eyes, you weren't unlucky. It was an under game, but
it was. We were talking about it before in the first quarter, right?
I don't know, but I mean, it's only 34 points.
Yeah,
it's like once it was going to overtime, I was like,
well, yeah. Once it goes to overtime, yeah, your chances.
But it was looking like it was going to overtime for a lot of that game, for a lot of the game, especially towards the end, where none of the teams could score.
I don't know when Navy went up 10-7. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was 10-7. They go up. I felt really good because Army wasn't able to do anything. Their only points had come off the damn block punt.
Yeah,
I felt like
they were beginning to move the ball with the quarterback follow, and then they were the ones taking the risk, throwing the ball, and that's actually what got them in the field goal range was a pass interference call.
Well, it's like Navy should have had a couple interceptions. Like, they're playing deep zone whenever it was like 3rd and 18, and they have 2 guys right there, and nobody gets it. I don't understand. I know they're not used to people throwing the football, but good God.
They play teams that throw, though. It's like it's weird when they play each other. Like,
yeah, no, it was so aggravating because I really felt like Navy dominated the game. So
no, they did. Statistically, Army didn't have 200 yards of offense.
Well, you don't get the block punt touchdown.
And the game went to overtime. It's like.
Yeah, if you don't get the blocked punt touchdown, completely different game. Like, and then the kicker's got ice in his fucking veins, dude. I'm like, can you miss one? Like, I was hoping he was gonna miss because he had to make the one at the end of regulation to force overtime.
Yeah,
it's just, oh God, it's so frustrating. It really is. That it was one of those ones where when they wouldn't pull away, when they couldn't. That's why I told him a 10-point lead might as well be a 50-point lead. Like, if we could get up 10, we're good. And they never could. When they couldn't pull away, that's when you just had that feeling they're just gonna hang around, and then some horse shit is gonna happen, like a fumble on the goddamn 1 yard line, and then they go review it a bunch, and I hate the announcers. It's like shit's so aggravating. But so all right, I go 0-1. Joseph goes 0-1. Nick goes 1-1. The under streak, that drought is over. So that brings me to 60, 61, and 4. My lock of the week obviously was my only play, 7, 8, and 1 in my locks. Nick hit his lock, which was the over, and then Navy minus 1.5, so 1 and 1. 55, 44, and 6, still very, very good. 13, 2, and 1 in his locks of the week. And then Joseph, 0 and 1. Did you update that?
Yeah.
24, 31, and 1, 7 and 8 in his locks of the week. Everybody, well, you're 13, 2, and 1 in your locks. Me and Joseph are both 7 and 8. 13, 2, and 1. Bam hit me up today and said, hey, my buddy's about to pay this guy for picks. I told him to listen to your podcast. I said, okay. He said he wants you to send him proof. I said, tell him to suck my dick. Go listen to the fucking podcast.
Yeah, it's
but
free.
yeah, go pay. Yeah, go be a schmuck and go pay this guy for picks. You're gonna pay him $25, $50 for him to tell you shit that will tell you.
Please,
possibly
dude.
for
Some of
picks.
these guys are fucking crazy
Oh,
with the
yeah.
amount of money they charge.
Well, goddamn Stu Feiner charges $10,000. It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, 13, 2, and 1 in your college football locks of the week. I promise you, that guy out there charging you for the picks is not doing that. And if he's telling you he is, he's lying. So you're not going to find people that are more transparent. We answer for every pick. We had to sit here on our worst week of the entire season and just eat it on goddamn ruin my Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It was the worst weekend probably of my entire life. And what did we do? We answered the bell, came right back. I went 3 and 8. I come back, I go 8 and 3. Snip, snap, snip, snap. All right, bowl season is here. Like I said, we have 11 plays. We're starting it off on Friday with the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl. If you have not listened, if you're new to the podcast, we pick every single bowl game. We will have a side, whether on the point spread or the point total, whether we want to or not. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. But people want action. People want to bet random bowl games on a Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we are going to give you our opinion. So, the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl, you got UAB and Miami. UAB's an 11-point favorite. You gotta lean.
Miami of Ohio had the best rush defense in the MAC. They're allowing 2.6 line yards per rush, which isn't bad. But they're going against a really good rushing attack. Unlike any rushing attack they've seen this year, UAB's averaging 3.4 line yards per rush and 243.4 yards per game. Now, UAB's defense, especially the rush defense, has been a little bit suspect this year. So I'm going to go ahead and go over 44.5, and I'm going to lay the points with UAB.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm laying the points with UAB as well. I got it at 11. I don't know if that's changed.
10.5 I saw today.
Did you?
On FanDuel.
On FanDuel,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, then we will take 10.5.
So we're doing both. We're doing point totals for every game as well.
No.
No.
Oh, I
thought
just
you-
chose
I
to
thought you
do
maybe
that.
had to do. Yeah,
No.
I'm laying the 10.5 as well.
Okay. What I have, two teams that want to lean on the run. UAB is much more adept at doing so. Miami struggles to get off the field, 117th in the nation in third down defense. UAB is good at moving the chains, and they also control the ball, 27th in the nation in time of possession. UAB averages 130 more yards per game offensively. The game's going to be in the Bahamas. So the thing about bowl season is you got to find who find the reason why teams want to play more.
Yeah.
Find the leans on who's sitting out. There's always shit. There's always stuff that's going to pop up that we do as much due diligence as we can. Doesn't mean we're always going to find out all the information. As far as I can tell, I don't see much of anything with UAB. I'm taking UAB minus 10.5. Better rushing attack, better defense. I think they can control the ball, control the time of possession. I just think it's an all-around better team. The line indicates that. I'm taking the the Dragons, the Blazers,
Yeah, the Blazers.
minus 10.5.
What's the quarterback for Miami of Ohio? What's his name?
It was for like the longest. It was Gabbert.
Yeah, it's him. He was in the transfer portal, but he's back
Yeah, he came back, but
because no one wanted him.
yeah, but Avion Smith's been the quarterback for the majority of the season. But yeah, he entered the portal and then he did come back. Brett Gabbert.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Gabbert's been injured, but that's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. So Avion Smith is pretty much their do-it-all guy. Leads the team in rushing, as well as has been the starting quarterback for the majority of the season.
What do y'all think about the coaching situation?
In terms of
Trent Dilfer
Yeah,
set to take
UAB.
over. So this is your boy's last game.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to play for him.
That's what I think too. That's a part I took. That's the reason I took him as well.
Yeah. All right, so it sounds like we have a consensus there on the Blazers. That is at 10:30 in the morning on Friday. 2 p.m. on Friday, the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. You've got this is going to be one of the best games of the entire bowl season, just for the record. This is the only matchup of two conference champions. UTSA versus Troy, a ranked matchup, 25-24. Troy is, I saw it at -1 today. It's fluctuated from in between 1 to 2. Two teams red hot, like I just said, coming in off of conference championship wins. The Troy offense is playing its most efficient football of the season. I'm going to lay the points with the Trojans here. I think the UTSA defense it's not very stout. It's not a bad defense for sure, but it's not very stout. UTSA's offensive coordinator is gone. Won't play a huge role, in my opinion, because Frank Harris has been there for so long. A very good player in Frank Harris. Troy's been lighting up the scoreboard. So we saw it against Coastal. They put up 40, I think, the last two games. They put up, I want to say, 34 the game previous. I think Troy's defense is more likely to hold up, but I think this is going to be a little bit of a shootout, so I am also taking the over 55. I believe in Troy's offense. I think you're not going to be able to – Frank Harris is really good. This is a high-powered UTSA offense. I believe in the Troy defense more than UTSA's, but I think that UTSA is still going to get their fair share of points. I expect Troy to answer the bell and be able to go back and forth with them. Troy would be 12-1 if not for the App State Hail Mary. So it's a very good football team.
Yeah, I'm on the same bets as you.
Over and Troy?
Yeah, what'd you got the number at?
I got Troy -1. If I'm being technical, I got Troy at a pick 'em, but it was -1 today.
What
So I'll take the -1.
the total?
55.
Okay.
What do you,
I got 54.5.
It was 54.5 earlier, but it's 55.5 now. I go either one,
Yeah, me too.
But
um
I'm on both of those.
Okay, well we'll take 50. I'll take 55. That's what I legitimately got
Yeah.
at today. Yeah, I like UTSA a lot, but I like I said, I was on them in the conference championship game.
Yeah, and Troy, offensively, like you said, they've kind of been playing much better, putting up a lot more points. UTSA's defense, which statistically it kind of looks kind of good
On paper.
but they've benefited from going against a lot of backup quarterbacks. So
Yes.
I think it's going to be a little bit different here. I like Troy to win for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting too because we've talked about it all season. Remarkably enough, Nick and I have not been on the opposite side of a single bet. It's bound to happen tonight, I'm sure. But the entire season, we have not been on the opposite side. We have tracked every game that we have agreed on. We are sitting at 20, 11, and 3. That is very good. Nearly 66%. Also, too, all of our picks are against the spread because I see a lot of people out there that are taking these heavy money lines and then saying they went 1-0, 2-0. That anybody can sit there and do that. I could be the sharpest gambler on the planet record-wise if you're going to allow me to take -800 favorites. So all of our picks are against the spread. You don't have to question that. I put a whole video out because I feel like a lot of people are putting their faith in these fraudulent accounts, and it's pretty ridiculous. If you can't spot it, I mean, you got to wake up. It's like you got as good as eyesight as Zach putting in Jacoby Brissett with projection of 0. All right, which side are you on in this one?
So I'm with y'all on the over. I'm on UTSA.
Okay.
Did you say 1? Because I saw 1.5 today, so I'll take 1.
I think there's 1.5s and 2s
You can
right
find,
now.
you can find it too.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take it too.
Yeah, so I'm on UTSA. You touched on it a little bit with Harris. He's very solid. He's consistent. He doesn't turn the ball over a ton. I know Troy boasts a
He doesn't, but
pretty decent
statistically
defense.
he doesn't. But he will put it up for grabs.
Yeah.
He will put the ball up for grabs. He did it against North Texas the last game. He's been on the fortunate side of a couple dropped interceptions, but the first time they played North Texas, it's just wacky throws that come out of nowhere. He lights it up the majority of the game, and then he'll throw one directly to the linebacker, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened? But yeah, no, I mean
And he can get it done with his legs as well. He's got
Yes.
588 rushing yards on the season, 9 rushing touchdowns. A big number I saw was third down conversion with these teams. Troy ranks 109th nationally.
Mhm.
I don't know how much stock we want to put into that, but UTSA is 8th in the country on third down percentage. So I think, like y'all said, a middle of the pack maybe better statistically than it looks defensively for UTSA, but I think they can get off the field on third down. More than Troy will be able to.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally, I think Troy's had the tougher schedule. They've got the better defensive numbers. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Troy's also got the more balanced offense. Let me see. You said UTSA was what?
I saw 8th on third down percentage, conversion percentage.
Defense?
Yeah, I don't believe.
No, I mean offensively. But I was
they're
talking
moving.
about
They're moving.
offensively,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were talking about defense. So they're
And
moving.
that's why I was saying UTSA, I think, can get off of the field.
Yes,
on third down.
they are eighth. Offensively moving the chains, UTSA is eighth. All right, let's see.
Which it's kind of surprising that Troy's that low because, like y'all said, they've been putting up a lot of points this year.
Yeah, they got a good red zone defense. They're only allowing 17. They're under 18 points a game. All right, this is another interesting one. The Wasabi Fenway Bowl. So they tried to play this in the COVID year and it got canceled. And then they
The
tried
same matchup?
No. It's in Fenway Park.
Okay, yeah,
So they
yeah,
tried to play it COVID year, it got canceled. They tried to play it last year, and then the entire Virginia football team got COVID, and they canceled it. So third time's the charm. There's going to be a football game in Fenway Park. Weather's not going to be a factor. And it's an interesting matchup here. So you've got Cincinnati and Louisville. Louisville is 1 point favorites currently. I've seen it 1.5. It's 1.5. It's right around there. So Louisville's head coach is going to Cincinnati to take Luke Fickell's spot, and then Brom from Purdue is going to Louisville. So the head coach of Louisville is going to coach against his team. That'll be his team in 20.
He's finishing coaching?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I saw, yes.
I mean, sometimes coaches do it.
As far as I saw, yes. I didn't see that he wasn't playing. Most notable player to enter the transfer portal for Cincinnati was Jaden Thompson, a cornerback. Jaden Thompson is their third best wide receiver. He's in the portal. And then J.Q. Hardaway, they have him listed as the 7th overall player in the portal. He's a cornerback.
This is Cincinnati?
Yes,
Okay.
Cincinnati. Louisville, really the only thing. Well, so Cunningham opted out. Cunningham's not going to play.
Yeah.
But in the portal was their third best running back, Travion Cooley. Outside of that, I didn't see anything noteworthy.
Okay.
There's a couple other people, but it was people that haven't really contributed at all this year.
Their leading receiver,
Who?
Tyler Hudson, he's declaring for the draft too, right? Is he not opting
Yeah, I
out?
did see that.
Oh, well, I was talking about in the transfer portal.
Oh, in the portal. Okay. But I think he opted out for the draft as well.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tyon Evans, the running back
Yeah, but
for Louisville.
what is he doing? He's going to the draft?
Yeah. From what I saw.
Because I saw somebody else in the portal, but it was
Yeah, all three that I wrote down were declaring for the draft. Cunningham, Evans, and Hudson for Louisville.
okay. Let me see.
Why do they do it so early? Why can't they just wait till after the bowl games to transfer?
Yeah, I don't know.
Would nobody want them anymore? Yeah.
They just want to get a jump on. It's like, why risk getting hurt for the team that you're going to leave?
I guess.
You said who? Tyon Evans?
Yeah, and Tyler Hudson, who's their leading receiver.
Okay, so yeah, Tyon Evans is their second best running back. So they're going to be without their second and third best running back. Travion Cooley's in the portal. So Jawar Jordan, their second leading rusher is Malik Cunningham. He's not going to play. And then
Do we know who's playing quarterback for Cincinnati? Is Bryant out?
I think it's Brock Doman.
Yeah,
but
Doman.
they went to him in for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or is it a young kid?
What was his name? Prater.
Yeah.
I think it was Prater. I would assume it's probably him, but as far as I couldn't really get a clear-cut answer on it. Regardless, I haven't placed this bet yet. I lean Cincinnati though. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's where I would go.
I feel like
I think without Cunningham, Louisville's really going to struggle offensively. I know that Cincinnati, if you can run against them, then you can give them problems, but I just don't know. Without Cunningham, I don't know how how well this offense is going to gel, how well they're going to be able to mix in the plays and really be able to do anything with the rushing attack. So
Yeah, if you have success on the ground, yeah, that's when you can get. That's we saw with
yeah,
Tulane. That's when you can get Cincinnati. But yeah, I don't know if you just said this, but being without the second and third leading rushers, you have just your one guy. I mean, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But then the quarterback, Brock Dillman was 14 to 21, 129 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception against Kentucky. I don't think he played the week before in a win. It was a win against NC State. No, he did play, but he went 12 of 25 for 153 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. They had success on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get that running game going, it doesn't help you have your leading receiver out as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Jawar Jordan's not bad. This is a tough one. This is not one that I would probably take under normal circumstances, especially with all the uncertainty and the coaches leaving and this and that. Maybe Louisville's head coach, if he is coaching, takes it easy on his new team that is paying him money.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. You never know. Yeah, I'll take Louisville getting points. I see 1.5. So I said Louisville. Fuck.
Cincinnati.
I'll take Cincy plus 1.5. What about y'all?
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
That's where I would lean. That's actually what I had written down first was Cincinnati plus 1. But the more I looked into it and the more I wrote down, I'm kind of staying away in that, and I'm going under 42.5.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but it's moved.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Has it? What was it at?
I don't know. I think earlier I saw 41 today, but
Really?
I mean, at that low, it's like, I don't know. They'll probably go.
What'd you just say it was at?
I got under 42.5.
Oh, 42.5.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see 41 currently.
Yeah. I see 41.5 at one spot, but
Yeah,
But-
where I'm looking at currently. Yeah, I'm sure you can find a little different.
But
it's
I
like
mean,
at 42.5,
That's a
I was
low.
kind of going to make
is
that
a
my
low number.
play, but
You're going to make it under?
yeah, but when it drops down 1 point
Yeah.
on something that low, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Cincinnati's going to know, stop the run, and make this quarterback
truly
beat
think
you. It's just, I haven't seen this
both of
quarterback
these
very
teams
much.
probably going to struggle to score.
that's what I think as well. I mean,
I think Louisville will definitely struggle to score, though.
yeah.
Yeah, well, also, too, being without your number one wide receiver
Right.
and Cunningham and the
Two
running back.
backs, correct.
They have a lot of contributors that are sitting out. So I was looking in the portal. I don't know. I didn't see anything really noteworthy in terms of Cincinnati, like following Fickle or anything like that. Let's see. I don't know if y'all did.
No.
Yeah, you saw Grayson McCall.
Yeah.
He's leaving Coastal.
He's going to play the bowl game, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That'll be extremely interesting to see if he is able to be as successful outside of Jamie Chatwell's system.
yeah, I think he will.
So yeah, JQ Hardaway, cornerback, number 9 overall. Now that McCall is in the portal, number 9 overall corner, is in the portal. So outside of him, or I say number 9 overall corner, number 9 overall available player in the portal. I was looking at his stats, so he doesn't have any interceptions or anything. He's got a handful of tackles. So yeah, outside of that, I don't really see anything super noteworthy. Malik Hornsby for Arkansas is in the portal.
Yeah.
Jeff Sims as well for Georgia Tech. There's a good bit of people. All right, so we're both on Cincy and you're on the under?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. You've got Florida and Oregon State. Oregon State is a 10.5-point favorite. Does anybody have a lean?
This is such a tough
yeah,
game,
it's tough
huh?
though.
Anthony Richardson is foregoing the game for the NFL draft. Jalen Kitna, as you brought to my attention, is a pedophile and is going to prison. Way to go, John. In the portal, wide receiver Dejon Reynolds, their fourth best wide receiver. Their third best running back, Naquan Wright. Another running back, Lorenzo Lingard, is everything noteworthy that I could see from the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I'm still going to take Florida with the points, plus 10.5. This is the SEC. You got a freshman quarterback for Oregon State, one that has not exactly lit it up. I expect this to be low scoring, 10.5. Feels like too many. It's still Florida. They have good running backs, unless they're declaring for the draft. Has anybody got any word on that? I want to say they're underclassmen.
ETN.
Yeah, Etienne's a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
And he's a stud.
And Montrell Johnson
is also a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they've got guys that can run the football. So, Montrell Johnson's their third leading passer.
Touchdown?
No, 0 for 1. But he's the only other person to
Throw one.
to attempt a pass other than Richardson and Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
So yeah, I'm going to take the Gators. I think it 10.5. I'll take it. What do you?
Yeah. I'm actually on Oregon State. Like you said, I mean, Florida does have a good run game with Johnson and ETN, but I just think they're going to have to rely on that too much with the quarterback controversy here. And Oregon State does boast a top 20 run defense. And like you said, they do have a freshman at quarterback, but I think they still have a top 50 scoring offense. I think they can get enough points up and cover that number, that 10.5.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't love it by any means, especially when there's
It's a tough one, yeah.
when there's quarterback issues up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm going Florida.
Are you?
And what's the spread? 10.5?
10.5.
All right, yeah, Florida plus 10.5.
You got any reason why? Just SEC reigns supreme?
Yeah, I think it's a spot where kind of Florida underperformed a little bit after getting the big win against Utah to open the season. It's like
Billy Napier's.
I feel like they're going to play hard here for the first year coach. You know,
That's what I kind of feel the same way too. I mean,
I don't see
build
him
on
getting
some
blown
momentum.
out. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I agree. Build on some momentum for next year. Help with recruiting. It's an important matchup. It's an important game for them, especially first-year head coach and Billy Napier. All right, so we're on 10.5. Joseph's taking the Beavers. All right, the Jimmy Kimmel L.A. Bowl. Never understand why Jimmy Kimmel gets a bowl named after him, but he does. This is actually a very interesting matchup that I will defer to y'all. Washington State and Fresno State. Fresno is 3-point favorites. 2:30 kickoff. Weather shouldn't be an issue in California. Wait, it's SoFi Stadium, so it'll be covered. This is Joseph's beloved Washington State. Oh, Washington State. Mike Leach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you lead it off, Joseph. Why are you taking Washington State?
Well, a little bit. That was a good reason right there. A little bit of extra motivation.
Do you have that written down?
No, I don't have anything written down. I'm taking Washington State because they've only let me down once this year, and still they put up like 40 points. But no, Fresno State's a good team. They've been having Hainer back for a little while now, right?
Yeah, and he's playing well.
And he's playing really well. Their offense can just light it up. But Washington State's offense has been scoring a lot of points as well. I think they can keep up. The over might be the play here, but I can't go against my wagon.
It is an interesting number, 53.5. They were scoring pretty well with Washington, and then the defense kind of collapsed. Put up 52 on a Stanford team that I don't hate. What are your thoughts? My gut.
The total is at 52, 53.
53, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
It's a trap. Shouldn't be that low.
So my gut, I lean Washington State.
That total tells you to take Washington State.
Yeah, I lean Washington State. I like Jake Hainer a lot.
Yeah, I mean, look, they won how many games in a row now? 7, 8 games in a row, including the conference championship. But yeah, I think they could struggle a little bit when the field gets shrunken down in the red zone.
Yeah.
I mean, Washington State, the quarterback improvises, and that's how they kind of
Yeah.
get a lot of their big yardage. But so they do pretty good explosiveness in the passing game. Like I said, with Cameron Ward at quarterback, you want to take the over because you just think it should be closer to 60.
Yeah. But it's like,
But I'm not.
why? Yeah. Why is it?
Yeah.
Why is it where it's at? And it's in a kind of an alarming loss against Washington. Washington State won the turnover battle, won the time of possession, but allowed 700 yards of offense.
Oh, yeah, I saw parts of this game.
They allowed 218 yards rushing. Washington had 10 penalties, 104 yards, 2 turnovers, lost the time of possession, and they won by nearly 20. So,
Yeah, the Washington State red zone defense that I've been high on all year, they didn't even get in the red zone.
Yeah, it
Penix
wasn't.
was just lighting them up from deep.
It was so many explosive plays after.
Mhm.
I'm talking 50, 60 yards, 70 yards, touchdown. It's like literally every time you look up.
Yeah.
So as far as I can see, I don't see any Fresno players in the portal. I don't see any Fresno players declaring for the draft. It worries me with the Fresno offense and Jake Hayner's ability to throw the football.
What about State? You see anything on them?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Ward's a sophomore, so he's not.
Because they got
going
some
anywhere.
guys on D, huh? That are,
Yeah, I
I
don't.
think.
As far as the portal, I don't see anything.
Okay.
As far as declaring for the draft, I didn't really see much.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see anything either. That's why I was asking.
But yeah, I don't know. This is also an interesting one. This has the makings of being one of the better
Yeah.
games of the weekend as well.
Definitely.
I like Fresno State a lot. I like Jake Hayner. All-time moment on the podcast this year was Justin backing the Fresno State Bulldogs against UConn without their core, without Hayner, and then they lose outright. Hayner's a really good player, and he's been playing well as of late. But I don't know why I lean Washington State. I'll probably take Washington State
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
with the points.
All right. Hell yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah, Joseph snarkily sat down and said, "I know y'all are taking Fresno."
That's right. I had to sway y'all.
You didn't sway anything.
Come to our side.
Yeah, well, you backed them against Washington as well.
And they really, I mean,
Gave
seriously.
up 700 yards on defense.
Dude, I thought they'd at least get a chance in the red zone.
Okay, well, that's not like.
Oh,
yeah,
no. Penix struggles down there.
but,
Yeah.
he's pretty good.
Penix is a deep ball guy.
I mean, we saw it.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't think it would be that bad. And they still put up 33.
yeah, I
like,
mean,
they can score the
Washington's
ball.
defense is nothing to really write home about.
It is weird, though. I mean, y'all said 53? That's weird. I didn't even see it at 53. I thought it was into 60s.
Mm-mm.
That's weird.
Yeah, those are one of those rat numbers though that they get a lot of people with that. I feel like
So it'll be 20-17 Fresno State wins.
what?
Not even close to the the line.
That would suck.
I know.
We push.
Yeah, why would you say that?
Because it's my luck and I suck.
Oh,
19 to
God.
17.
Actually, okay, I see 3.5.
19.
I see a 3.5. I'm taking.
Oh, yeah?
I'm taking 3.5.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't. I'm gonna actually place.
That must have just changed today.
I'm gonna place this as we speak. So the Lending Tree Bowl is my lock. It was gonna get out one way or the other. There was no way to go about it.
The Lending Tree Bowl?
I might have a lock in that.
The,
But
the next one.
I also like the other game, but I don't know. There's too many.
Okay, yeah, this is 100% 3.5. It's
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it.
All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, the Lending Tree Bowl, Rice and Southern Miss. Southern Miss is 6.5-point favorites.
Do you have like who's in, who's out?
Let me see. Not really, as far as I remember. So freshman quarterback AJ Padgett is going to be the starting quarterback for Rice.
Okay, and has he played this year?
Not much. He's played a little bit. Let me see. I can pull it up for you. Their typical.
The other quarterback sucked.
Well, McMahon, I want to say, is hurt. Paget has played. He's attempted 40 passes. 20 of 40, 339 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Yeah, McMahon's not spectacular. He's not anything to necessarily write home about. Joseph, do you have a side in this one?
Yeah, USM
Okay, why is that?
minus 6.5. Just because of how much Rice sucks.
They're sneaky.
Yeah, but their defense is not. Their
No, they're
defense
terrible.
Is like bottom 120th scoring defense.
But the
in
funny
nation.
thing is, dude, is like, let's see what.
I mean, Southern Miss's offense is nothing to write home about. I mean, their best player is probably Frank Gore, I would imagine. You know,
Yeah.
and so they'll have to get the running game going.
So they're 5-7, but they're 7-5 against the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
They should have covered against USC. Got lucky there.
dude, they've been dominated in a lot of games statistically, but the score somehow they keep it close. It's so that's why this one worries me a little bit. But I'm also on Southern Miss minus 6.5.
Okay. So y'all can.
I think most Southern Miss is going to be able to run it. I think their defense, Southern Miss's defense, is the strength.
yeah.
The biggest benefit for them. So McMahon was so bad. So if this kid wasn't playing in front of McMahon, then I don't see how he's going to be able to do much. But we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, my lock is in that game. So
And I might have another play in that game as well. But
we will circle back.
we got to break down the next one because my lock also could be in that one.
Okay. The New Mexico Bowl, SMU and BYU. This line opened at 1.5. It is now 5.5 points in favor of SMU. I messaged a beat reporter at BYU. I sent it to you. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw
very, very unlikely. He gave it a 10% chance that Jaron Hall plays.
10%?
10%. So Joseph was on BYU, and he is
No.
disappointed now.
No, I wasn't.
Jaron Hall, highly unlikely to play, so insert Jacob Conover, freshman quarterback who has attempted 1 pass this season and 11 in his career. I'm struggling to see how BYU is going to be able to hang into this game without establishing the run. The defense will pick up the slack. They will at least attempt to. But I ain't taking BYU. I'm taking the under 64.5.
I am too. Now,
Okay.
I mean, now that I know Jaron Hall is probably going to be out, for that reason, I was taking the over. And they got a bunch of I'm pulling it up right now, but they got a bunch of injuries, a lot of questionables.
Yeah.
And
BYU is the running back playing.
I'm about to pull it up. Let me see.
What side are you leaning
BYU.
with the points?
Yes, I think it's too many points, even with the backup.
Yeah, I mean,
SMU's defense
it's
is so bad.
atrocious. Yeah,
It's disgusting. And BYU's at times can be equally disgusting.
yes.
But they've also played some teams that have superior athletes. I mean, SMU, they got some players, but where SMU, they're not really that good of a running team as they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning they don't have that star. Who was the running back? Ronnie Rivers? Or that was Fresno State. Something Bentley the fifth.
Yes.
Ulysses Bentley. Yeah, they don't have him anymore, so that's a difference in their offense. I think they just rely on the pass too much, and then you look at the BYU defense where they kind of been attacked is on the ground. So the strength is kind of aligned towards BYU here.
I feel like if you lean BYU, you got to kind of lean the under as well.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
but I don't know. I was gonna make this my lock.
I can't pull it up, but they do have some defensive guys out on BYU.
I'll see what I can do.
But I was expecting Hall and Mordecai to go at it and put up a lot of points here, but no, I'm gonna go under as well.
Yeah, I got it at 64.5.
Yeah. They had a laundry list from what I saw.
Jesus Christ, this guy I messaged is They have his tweet on the Bleacher Report website. This guy said BYU OC Aaron Roderick said Jaron Hall practiced Monday and today and still has a chance to play Saturday. Said Monday went better than today as far as Hall's health goes. So he took a step back on Tuesday, apparently, judging by this. This is a notable beat reporter for BYU. So this is a reputable source for sure. He told me 10% chance Hall plays. If Hall plays,
Yeah.
I will leave you so many bad reviews.
This line says that he's not playing.
Yeah, for it to grow from 1.5 to 5.5. Yeah, they don't think he's going to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the under.
Me as well. This is
I wish I
this is
would've
what I
looked
said.
at
This is the blessing of the curse by us blessing and a curse of us picking every game, every bowl game. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes it goes your favor. This is the dice we roll whenever we go ahead and take games like this that we wouldn't necessarily take under normal circumstances.
All right, I'm a I don't know.
What?
All right.
Okay.
What are you taking?
Well, he already said BYU.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You said BYU.
I'm caught between two picks for my lock,
Okay.
but I'm just gonna hold off
Okay.
and disclose both of them at the end.
You're going to give out 2 locks? Or you-
Basically, but one I'm gonna declare one as the lock.
Okay. All right, so this is another interesting matchup. This is the Frisco Bowl. You've got North Texas and Boise State. Boise is a 10.5-point favorite, essentially on the road. North Texas is a 30-minute – so North Texas is in Denton, Texas, 30-minute drive to Frisco, right down the highway. So you could essentially call this a road game for Boise. A 10.5-point spread. I'm taking the Mean Green.
North Texas.
You like them from college basketball.
Yeah, but football, I hate them.
So they fired head coach Seth Luttrell after the UTSA loss in the conference championship game. Short 30-minute drive down the road to Frisco. I expect a decent turnout. I'm not a Taylor Green believer. I've been saying it all year. If North Texas can contain the run, force him to pass, 10.5 points feels like too many. Austin Awney's been there before, struggled a little bit against UTSA, but he has the ability. He's got 32 touchdowns on the year. The strength of the BYU team is their defense. Do not get me wrong. It's a very good defense. If North Texas can Boise. Very good defense. Mm-hmm. If North Texas can sell out, kind of stop the run, force this kid to beat you through the air, I think 10.5 is too many. I'm going to take North Texas, which in my opinion is essentially a home game. Night game, 8:15 on ESPN. Come on.
Yeah, this is the one I'm least confident about.
Oh, it's not my lock. That's for sure.
I'm on Boise. Pretty much from what you already touched on. I'm banking on their defense here. Now North Texas can score the ball. I think they're correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're top 30 in the nation in scoring offense. But
They average 34 points a game.
yeah, they can score the ball. But like you said, Boise State's strength is their defense. They have the 11th ranked scoring defense, and North Texas has the 110 ranked.
Yeah, North Texas.
It is
scoring
not
defense.
it's not that bad of a North Texas team. This is a North Texas team that in the first matchup with UTSA would have beat them if not for a late minute left in the game magical drive by Frank Harris. This is a North Texas team that went on the road and blew out Western Kentucky 40-13. So it's not as they average 463 yards of offense.
Yeah. I just don't think they'll be able to stop the run with Green as well. I think Alani and Green.
I mean, we
Be able
saw
to
it.
move
We
the ball
saw it
around
against
the ground.
Fresno. Boise only scored 16 points. They lost to Boise State. I mean, to a BYU team, a very lackluster BYU team. Nobody knows Boise State better than I do, and I know when there's a quarterback on the blue turf that shouldn't be there, and that's Taylor Green. So he's not a good quarterback. I said it. He threw 2 interceptions against Fresno. He had 175 yards passing, 17-38. His mechanics are horrible. I've been saying it all year. It's a problem.
He showed out last week, though.
Last week against Fresno?
No. Who was it? Utah State? Yeah.
He's not a good quarterback.
4 touchdowns, no picks.
He's a good athlete, not a good quarterback. Utah State's not a good football team.
No, yeah, they're terrible. But he had 6 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown as well. That's where I'm leaning on.
Good
in this
athlete,
game.
not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Those 4 touchdowns can be deceiving. How
Oh,
far were they?
definitely. No, he only had like 200 yards passing.
Nick, which way are you leaning? 6-yard touchdown for his first
I
one.
don't know. I kind of lean Boise, but is it too many
Yes.
points is a question. I'm going to go over 58.5.
Okay.
I think Boise State probably.
But if you're leaning,
I don't see them struggling to move the ball. So I think it's up to North
I
Texas
think if you
to be
lean
able
over,
to keep
though,
up.
I think if you lean over, then you're thinking North Texas is going to be able
I
to.
think there's a chance
then they're covering this number.
They're going to be able to at least put up some points.
Arnie's been there for a long time.
I mean, you look at the conference
He's also like
championship,
30.
though, it's kind of North Texas has a better balance, I think, to them
Without a doubt.
than Fresno, who Boise State just played and lost. And there was kind of like at first it was low scoring for a while, then Fresno kind of blew open the door. I think there's a chance. I think Boise State's going to be able to run it on them as much as they want. I think, though, it comes down to
Once you get in the red zone, though, and you got to start making passes,
yeah.
I don't trust this kid.
It's going to come down to if North Texas can move the ball a little bit. I'm going to say they can, so I'm going to go over 58.5 if that's the number.
It is the number.
There's nothing better.
I mean, we can look and see.
57.5 on BetMGM.
Then there you go. 57.5. All righty. So the way we're going to do this, we are recording next Tuesday, but we're going to pick the games on Tuesday for you right now. So what would that be, the 20th? So yeah, we'll probably still I was saying like if it was around Christmas time or some shit, then when we record wouldn't be much of a problem. We could do it after the game, but that game will probably be in play it's Liberty and Toledo. That'll probably be in play as we are recording, but the Eastern Michigan San Jose State will be completed by the time we record. But before that, Monday, December 19th, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. You've got Marshall and UConn. Marshall is 10-point favorites. And this is an interesting one. How do you not take Marshall with the points in this one?
Who does UConn, what conference are they in?
They're independent.
Okay.
For football.
Yeah. Big East for basketball.
Yeah.
They should make a Big East football conference again.
So I don't see how you take the Huskies here.
Yeah.
Marshall's got the number 1 third down defense in the nation. They also allow 88 yards on the ground. UConn wants to run the football 194 yards per game on the ground, 106 yards, 107 basically, through the air. That is fucking bad. They struggle to pass the ball. They want to run the ball. Marshall's very good at stopping the run. They're also very good at getting off the field on third down. I think Fancher is just getting more and more comfortable as the season goes on. Freshman quarterback. I'm taking Marshall with the 10. I can't take UConn here. I can't.
Little tidbit. UConn's last bowl game was against who? Marshall. 2015. The Herd won 16-10. That's the last bowl game UConn's played in.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. 7 years.
Well, hopefully history does not repeat itself in the point differential.
Yeah, I'm going Marshall.
I just don't get how. I would love to have somebody sway me on UConn. Like I would love to see
It's just,
the angle that you take.
I mean, you look at how they've played. Are they going to be more motivated? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people expect UConn not to win any games. Then they come out and they go bowling.
Yep.
It's like they beat some teams that you wouldn't really expect. Liberty.
Which that is impressive.
That's
pretty much.
They
the
beat
only
Boston
impressive
College.
They suck.
They're not good, but I mean
They
they're
suck.
Power 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not one that I'm too comfortable about. just because Marshall has at times like
Oh, this will be one that
put up a
UConn-
bunch of fucking yards, but not been able to make it turn into a lot of points at times. So,
This is the prototypical horseshit game.
yeah.
Marshall will dominate the scoreboard. I mean the
box
stat
score.
sheet, yeah, and stall out, have fumbles in the red zone, this and that, and they'll win by 6. It'll be 16-10. I already fucking know it.
Yeah, they'll
but
have
I can't,
fucking
I can't take UConn.
550 yards of offense, but only score 17 points.
Yeah, because I'm taking Marshall, they're going to win by 6, like Joseph just said. If I take UConn, Marshall will win by 40.
Yeah.
UConn won't pass the 50-yard line if I take UConn, but I can't do it. So here we are. The total sits at 41, so they're not expecting Marshall to really put too many points up on the board. They're obviously giving credit to UConn's defense, which is not bad, but I can't do it. All right, so sounds like we have a consensus there. You're also on Marshall?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you're taking UConn?
No, under 41.
That is such a low number.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, I could see history repeating itself here, just like you just said. And you both touched on it. This is one of those games where, like, UConn probably will hang in there because Marshall won't be able to score. But
Yeah, but you can't say
UConn
that.
definitely won't be able to score on Marshall.
Only, now I feel like Marshall's going to put up 50.
You're going under 41?
Only I
Yeah.
can reverse jinx the games like that. You can't agree with the reverse jinx.
All right,
I'm just saying, it negates it.
whatever.
That's just the way it works. I don't make the rules. But yeah, I mean, realistically, I don't know. We'll see. All right, Tuesday, December 20th, 2:30 p.m., the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Eastern Michigan, San Jose State. I do not have much for this game. San Jose State 3.5-point favorites. The total sits at 54.5. I would love to be swayed.
Yeah, man. It's a tough game.
Chase Cordero, former Hawaii quarterback, is San Jose State's quarterback. Does anybody have a lean at all?
I'm going Eastern Michigan
Okay.
plus 3.5.
Why is that?
Just because of how they've been playing. They got hot here recently with Taylor Powell and Samson Evans controlling this offense. On the other hand, San Jose State does have a pretty good defense, ranking 22nd in scoring defense and 45th in passing yards allowed. So a little bit ahead of middle of the pack up there in scoring defense, but I like the momentum here for the Eagles. They've been
Okay.
playing well these past couple of games, so I think they'll roll it into their bowl game.
Okay. What are you leaning?
Not much to sway you, but it's just
I like Cordero, and I'm going to take San Jose State, honestly. Cordero's taking care of the ball, only 4 interceptions. I don't know enough about these two teams. I don't have anything to dispute what Joseph just said. The better defense appears to be San Jose State,
yes.
and yeah, I'm going to back Cordero.
See, I didn't get to see too much San Jose State this year. I saw the very end of the Utah State San Jose State game. There's and Utah State I think might have won it at the very end, but
They did 35-31.
oh shit, this is the hardest one now.
Cordero.
I
in
got
that
to see
game-
Eastern Michigan against Central Michigan. It was more like Central Michigan was just sucking, giving Eastern Michigan a bunch of opportunities, but
Mhm. Cordero had 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks in the San Jose State versus Utah State game. Guy used to sling it around up there in Pineapple Land, so I am going to back him.
I'm going under 54.5.
Okay.
But I want to really take San Jose State's team total under. But I can't
Well,
find
great.
it yet.
This game is in Boise, too. Well, a famous Idaho Potato Bowl, so on the blue turf. What
What time is it for?
2:30.
Yeah, 2:30.
Why do they do this?
What do you mean?
Put a 2:30.
I'm off that day.
On a Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Shit, I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
off that day. I thought that was Thursday. I'm cool with that. Yeah, that doesn't bother me, especially if I'm off. Earlier the better. All right, 6:30. The roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. Liberty, Toledo. Toledo is 4.5-point favorites.
Do you have any information on what's his name?
The head coach?
No, the quarterback.
Finn?
Yeah, Finn. Because they said he was in a boot.
Is it Daquan Finn?
Daquan Finn.
I don't like him at all. I know that.
Yeah, I mean they've been playing Gleason a good amount this year too.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was on Ohio. I'll go fucking 8-3, and I could have nearly ran the table in conference championship week. Ohio was a bad pick, but I said I was picking every single one. But Finn didn't exactly light it up. Ohio just couldn't do shit on offense.
I mean that was a low scoring game, huh?
17-7.
Yeah.
So Liberty's coach is where? Auburn?
Auburn.
Hugh Freeze?
Yep.
I don't know who's taking over at Liberty. Do you know?
No, but they kind of fell apart there at the
They
end.
did. Yeah. Three
Yeah.
straight
To lose
losses.
that bad as 24-point favorites to New Mexico State.
Yeah. So, but Toledo historically underachieves. They have the most talent in the MAC, and they won it this year. They typically don't. They have typically underachieved. Also, their coach has been implemented or has been intertwined with a potential head coaching job elsewhere. So that's what I was going to ask if anybody had any news on that, but his name was definitely floating around.
No, I don't.
I'm
going Toledo minus 4.5. Basically what y'all just said. I mean, this is a team who's falling apart right now. Like you just said. I mean, they just lost to two very bad teams in UConn and New Mexico State. Even if Gleason's out there, Finn doesn't really, I don't think it makes much of a difference. I think they'll be able to do enough to cover that number.
Finn provides mobility, though.
Yeah.
At 5, dude, I really don't like Toledo. Like I was on Ohio in the championship. I'm probably going to take Liberty with the points. Yeah, I see a 4.5. I also see a 5. So
One of us is going to do good.
I hope it's me. Let me see. Yeah, I got 5 right there. Okay. So give me the Flames plus 5. Which side are you leaning, Nick?
Liberty.
Okay.
Liberty.
It's tough. I don't even know. The three quarterbacks played last game for them.
Yeah. Well,
It's very tough. Yeah, no,
two has been
there's
playing.
games we feel good about, and then there's games that are tough. I mean, no other way to
And I'll
put
get
it.
a better idea later on once more news and shit breaks. But
Yep.
who'd I go with over on this one?
Eastern Michigan?
Yeah.
No, you went under.
Okay. I don't know if that's a sign, but
Yeah, you got to take the over now.
Did I? Dude, I bet so much shit twice on accident sometimes. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to bet shit that I'm not. Okay. All we got left is locks, correct?
Yeah, I accidentally covered on mine, but sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I thought we were just going through, like, because I don't remember y'all not covering one.
I said the Lending Tree Bowl. I held off because I said it's my lock.
Yeah, we were going to say the same stuff. That's all right.
All right, are you ready?
yeah, I got 2 locks.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, have you decided which one is which?
Yeah.
Okay, so should I go first then?
Let's see if I'm on your lock first.
I'm sure you are. So you want me to go first,
Because-
or you want you to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Most important bets of the week.
Yeah, I was debating. I am taking the under 46.5 in Rice versus Southern Miss, but I'm gonna go with BYU plus 5.5 as the lock of the week.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on under 46.5 as my lock of the week.
But yeah, no. Well, when you said you were on it, I kind of knew that was coming, so I was
Yeah.
like, I'll just go with BYU. So there's three separate locks.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah, reason being, like I touched on very sparingly when we were talking about it. Freshman quarterback A.J. Padgett is going to be starting for Rice. Rice wants to run the ball. They want to control the time of possession. They're 13th in the nation in time of possession. There's a lot of unknown with Padgett at quarterback. Literally has had little to no experience. He did play against North Texas, was average at best, 13 to 22, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. I don't see it drastically changing their style of play. These are two lackluster offenses. Weather shouldn't be a factor. 40% chance of rain, little to no wind. Even with that, I'm taking the under 46.5. Both of these teams want to run the ball. Rice is very slow. I think the under 46.5 is your best value bet of the week. And so your lock is BYU plus 5.5.
I think they're going to be able to establish the run. And even if the backup quarterback Giddy's a freshman, but he should still be able to find some success against a very porous SMU defense.
Okay. And Joseph, your lock is what?
It was the under in Cincinnati, Louisville. A lot of talent missing.
Okay.
Cincinnati boasting the top total in scoring defense in the AAC, and their offense has been a bit stagnant this year as well. Louisville's got a very good defensive line. I think it's a recipe for the under here, even though it's a low number.
Okay. So there you go. That is our locks for the beginning of bowl season and all of our bets. We will recap. Give me UAB minus 10.5. Troy minus 1. Full disclosure, I thought about making Troy my lock. I like Troy a lot. Troy minus 1. The over 55. Cincinnati plus 1.5. Florida plus 10.5. Washington plus 3.5. In the New Mexico Bowl, under 64.5 SMU BYU. Frisco Bowl, North Texas plus 10.5. Myrtle Beach Bowl, Marshall minus 10. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl, San Jose State minus 3.5. Roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, Liberty plus 5. And then my lock of the week in the Lending Tree Bowl, a snooze fest of a game, Rice versus Southern Miss, the under 46.5.
I'm going UAB minus 10.5. The Miami of Ohio UAB over 44.5. I have the UTSA Troy over 55. I have Troy minus 1.5. Cincinnati plus 1.5. Florida plus 10.5. Washington State plus 3. Southern Miss minus 6.5. The Rice Southern Miss under 46.5. I'm going with BYU plus 5.5 as my lock of the week. North Texas versus Boise State. I'm going over 57.5. Marshall. I'm taking Marshall minus 10. Eastern Michigan, San Jose State. I'm going under 54.5. And then in the Boca Raton Bowl, I'm going Liberty plus 4.5 or 5, whatever it is.
Joseph.
I'm going UAB minus 10.5. UTSA Troy over 55 and UTSA plus 1. Oregon State minus 10.5 over Florida. Washington State plus 3.5 over Fresno State. I'm going Southern Miss minus 6.5 over Rice. I'm going SMU BYU. I switched up to the under 64.5. Boise State minus 10.5 over North Texas. UConn Marshall under 41. Eastern Michigan plus 3.5 over San Jose State. Toledo minus 4.5 over Liberty. And my lock of the week is Cincinnati and Louisville under 42.5.
There you go. That is our best bets for the opening week of bowl season. 11 games. We got more than 11 bets. Got to get off on the right foot. Any questions on we touched on every game. Any questions on anything that we didn't touch on specifically, you can reach out to us and we will give you our honest opinion. NFL Week 15, we've reached the part where we have Saturday NFL games, 3 of them to be exact. We will recap last week and then we will move our attention to the Thursday night game. So I go 1-3. And it took some Baker Mayfield magic to save me from an 0-4. Rams plus 6. Baker, my God. One, that was awesome to see. You got to admit.
Yeah.
You were on the over, so, regardless.
Field goal fest.
Yes. But just from an unbiased standpoint, That was very cool to see. And I had a feeling it was going to happen. Why they played press coverage right down there? No idea. Perfect ball, though. Rams +6. They win by 1. What is not being talked about enough is the fact that the Saints had a 16-3 lead with 3 minutes to go in the game and lost 17-16. And then the Raiders had a 16-3 lead with 3 minutes to go in the game and lost the exact same way, 17-16.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Uh-huh.
Buccaneers +3.5. God damn it. I felt like Brock Purdy would struggle. He didn't. The Buccaneers are dog shit. Tom Brady sucks. I've been saying it all goddamn year. I just felt like they got lucky to get that win against us, incredibly lucky. And then I felt like with Garoppolo getting hurt, I didn't think that Brock Purdy was going to have as much success as he did. I felt like it was a good spot for the Bucs. That it was not.
Yeah, I ended up betting the Bucs as well.
They got fucking shit on
That
them.
was fucking
Can this
terrible.
old bitch just retire? Tom Brady is a sack of shit. The Buccaneers suck. Giants +7. Got fucking killed. The Giants also suck. They let Philly drop a 48, nearly a 50 burger on their head. Good God. I mean, just a horrible, horrible pick. The Eagles are the best team in football, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Eagles against the Chiefs today. Will that be the case come playoff time?
I like the Bengals.
Bengals, man.
I love
The Bills
Bengals.
are really good,
I love the Bengals at 28-1 odds.
but they're kind of struggling.
I bet the Bengals at 28
Yeah.
odds.
That's a good bet
It
because Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL.
yeah, he is. You won't hear any argument from me. Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver. Shout out to his mom.
Yeah. Imagine if
I know his mom. So, she told me that 2019 LSU was going to win the national championship and be the best team
she
of all
told you
time.
Jamar was gonna shine.
She said he was going to be the best wide receiver in the country. I said, yeah, okay. I said,
All
sure.
right, lady.
She was right. I should say, hey, how do you feel about the Bengals' chances this year? Yeah, 28-1 odds. If I'm being completely honest, though, I bet half as much as I normally do on my future bets. So, still win a pretty penny. But yeah, the Bengals are really fucking good. So, Giants +7, they suck. They suck really bad. Dolphins -3, my lock of the week. It was also Nick's lock of the week. It was this harmonious moment where we had the same lock, which typically this season has been a really good sign. It wasn't. The Dolphins suck. Tua sucks. There was a ton of injuries in the secondary for the Chargers, and it did not matter. It took some fumble-rooski bullshit just to get a lucky touchdown from Tyreek Hill to even remotely have a chance for the Dolphins. I don't like Tua. I think he throws a terrible ball.
Yep.
I've been saying it. He throws ducks. He throws lollipops.
Yeah.
I think they gotta
They suck on the road.
they gotta go through some things because it's back-to-back weeks where San Francisco kind of did the same thing where they're dropping
Yes.
the linebackers deep and taking away where they're wanting to throw it. Man, they gotta either
Establish
start
the goddamn
establishing the
run.
run or like throw some underneath stuff
Yeah.
in front of the linebackers and make the linebackers make plays. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure that they'll kind of figure it out and bounce back. But
I love the NFL. I love betting the NFL when it goes well.
yeah,
I don't know what it is. Something about, I mean, just with anything, but it's like there's some games where it's like you just know. The Rams, I knew it. I knew it. It was so weird because it was not going their way the entire time. And I typically, I'll know when a bet is fucked right off the bat. And it's like, okay, we're going to have to get lucky. The ball is going to have to drastically bounce our way to have a chance. That Rams game, it's kind of like the Browns against the Buccaneers was my lock 2-3 weeks ago. And they win in overtime. That whole game, it's like I just felt like the ball's going to bounce my way. Something's good. I wasn't nervous. I don't know what it is about some of these NFL games. All of these other games, immediately Dolphins and Chargers, I was like, fucked. We're fucked. Zero chance, bad pick. They're talking about all these injuries in the secondary and they're clamping Tyreek Hill. Colin, where it's like, oh my God, can you believe it? I'm like, okay, we have zero chance.
Yeah, Emmanuel Akko looks like an idiot now, too.
Acho.
That
Akko.
dude's retarded, bro.
You're like our grandparents over there.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just doing the same shit that they all do.
No, and he came and apologized.
Yeah, he's
It's like, dude, what makes you even see that take? Because of one good game against the Ravens where he throws 500 yards and 6 touchdowns?
who, Tua?
Yeah, and he's
No,
talking
Tua's
about.
not that good. I've
No,
been
he
saying
said
it.
that Herbert was nowhere near. He was miles behind Tua.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous. It's one of the worst takes I've ever heard in my life.
Tua's surrounded by. He's got Tyreek Hill and Jalen.
Two is
Waddle.
good though.
No, yeah, he's not like
He's
terrible,
not bad.
but he's not on Justin
You think he's
Herbert's
better than
level.
Justin Herbert?
No.
It's not even
Yeah.
close. I don't
Dude,
think.
if you, it's a lot of fucking. Dude, he throws a bad deep ball. I haven't seen him lead Tyreek Hill yet. It's a lot of underthrown balls.
Yeah.
He's not. I don't know what it is because he threw a goddamn perfect deep ball in the national championship for Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like Tua. Of that draft class, he's the worst one. Of those that main core.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's better. Jalen Hurts is better. Justin Herbert's better. Who else? That was it, right? That was the main four, right? He's the worst of the four.
Yeah.
Do you disagree? You would take him over Jalen Hurts?
Um,
Jalen Hurts is fucking
There's no way,
balling
dude.
right
Jalen
now.
Hurts is a rip. I was big on Jalen Hurts. Everybody remembers
This
when
year I
talking
was
about
too.
Jalen Hurts.
Do we? I don't remember.
No, I was big on him when he was drafted,
Oh yeah.
Were you?
and everyone was like, "Oh my God, they still got Wentz."
I
I
mean,
said, "Wentz is a fucking bitch."
I mean, we can definitely. I mean, it's all
we
documented.
gotta go. We gotta go. I gotta go listen back,
Yeah, it's all documented. If you said it, it's there. But historically, I don't
Yeah,
think.
no.
I don't think you.
dude. Hurts should have won the Heisman if it weren't for Burrow.
Okay, well, he didn't because Burrow.
He would have won it this year against that little bum that won it.
Caleb Williams.
Yes.
I love that was the funniest shit where his mom was like, I just love how humble he is. He has fuck Notre Dame on his nails.
Utah.
Yeah, well, he did it for Notre Dame too.
Did he really?
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean his humbleness?
Caleb Williams is a scumbag.
They posted something about Max Duggan, and they posted something about Max Duggan like being Heisman caliber, and he just quote tweeted and said, "LOL."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Suck a
fucking
dick.
no. They
You're not humble.
It was a video of Duggan crying after
Yeah.
losing, making fun of him.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You lost too.
I think he's
Except
mad
you got
because-
fucking smashed by Utah. And guess who was on Utah? Us.
both of Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got a Caleb Williams jersey. He's a good
Yeah,
player.
fuck him.
But yeah, I thought that was extremely funny.
He's in the category of Robert Griffin Heisman winner. You're like, they need to change a trophy for those.
He got in some trouble.
Oh, I heard about
Oh
that.
God, I saw that.
He's so fucking bad at what he does. He's trying so hard to be blah 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 blah, and it's like, dude, Jesus
You
Christ.
see Steve Young's
People,
face.
yeah.
What did he say?
We can't
Well, I
say
mean,
it.
come on.
Can't say it.
We're not gonna- you just wanted us to.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you
I don't know.
can't.
I heard about it.
And it's like,
We can say what he meant to say.
it's
No,
like
you can quote
it's
it.
like
you
you-
can quote him.
no.
we can
I'm
say
not.
what we could say the word he meant to say.
He meant to say bugaboo. That starts with a J,
Right.
and he gets called an Uncle Tom. So, it's like, but how do you?
Oh
and
yeah,
then the
we
picture,
can't say that.
But then the picture he posted where he was like apologizing. Did you see the picture of him apologizing?
No, I didn't.
It's his,
I was
his
looking
face. He's
for
like,
it.
that's the picture he
Yeah.
used. He's like,
Oh, God.
like
Steve Young's face was hilarious.
No, I'm not
when
gonna
he
lie. I
said
like Robert Griffin. In
I don't like him at all.
booth.
I think he's horrendous. Him and
Sometimes he
him and
says
Andre-
some funny shit.
who was it? Andre Ware, whoever the hell it was.
Andrew.
He was up there on the. He won the Heisman. He was up there. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Andre Ward's a boxer.
That's right. Yeah, he just retired recently. Worst play-by-play announcer in the history of college football.
Oh, I hate him.
So bad.
It's like him
It's like
and his
he's
partner.
biased.
They don't even watch it. They're
But
like,
it's like
oh, I
it's
think.
like they're biased though. I feel like they're pulling for one team. That team will fumble and be like, "Oh, he was clearly down."
Yeah.
It's like, nope.
He was clearly
He's
not
still
down.
running
Yeah.
without the ball.
No, I remember that shit started in COVID when they were streaming the. Maybe their screens are small or something because they're not seeing the same game
No, yeah,
I
he
am.
is
No,
a-
but it just continued after that.
He is an absolute idiot when it comes to play-by-play announcing. So 1-3 on the week for me, 0-3 for you. Your first 0-3. You've been doing your three conservative plays. We were both on the Dolphins and Giants. You were on the over 44.5 Thursday night. Like you said, field goal fest.
Yeah.
Not really much to break down there. It's your first 0-3 of the week. You're still sitting at 26, 16-2, 7, 6-1 in your locks of the week. I'm at 39, 38, and 1, 7 and 7 in my locks of the week. Joseph went 2 and 2. He was on the Raiders, home team getting points. I tried to tell him Lions minus 2.5 was a very good bet. Over 43.5 Seahawks.
No.
What happened right? Something happened right in the beginning. Long drive with a turnover or something happened where I was like, okay, over is not looking great. But regardless, you go 2 and 2, 23, 31 and 1, 3, 9 and 1 in your locks of the week. Bad look for the self-appointed NFL aficionado. Anything you have to say? No?
No, I mean, would y'all really have taken the Ram? I mean, would you have taken the
The Rams if they played again? 10 out of 10 times.
Without Baker Mayfield.
I did.
I mean, you did, but
I took him
it's
before
like,
he was on the before I even knew he was on the
Yeah,
team.
you're right, but it's like
I don't hate Wolford.
no, man, Wolford's not good.
It's not bad.
Then
They
why
just
didn't
went
he-
toe to toe with
why
the
didn't he
Seahawks
stay in
the
then?
week before. He hurt his neck.
Is that what happened? I didn't see the beginning of the game.
He's not bad.
I thought
Yeah.
Baker just came in.
And Derek Carr sucks. So
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
interception
definitely.
was fucking
It
horrible.
was terrible.
So, yeah, no, I'll take him 10 out of 10 times. Home team getting points on a primetime game. Look at the Chargers. So, speaking of a home team getting points on a primetime game, Thursday night, 49ers and Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks at home. What are y'all thinking?
Yeah, I'm on that. Seahawks plus 3.5,
All right,
And,
I'll take the Seahawks.
and I'm on the under 43.
I want to take the 49ers, but I also don't. I'm not convinced with Purdy. All right, Purdy looks like a fucking, unlike anything we've ever seen by Brock Purdy.
Okay, yeah.
And we watched him his whole career
Yeah,
at
Iowa
Iowa
State.
State back when Justin bet on him
Well,
to win
this
the
line
Heisman
is-
Trophy.
This line is super fishy. It's to me reminds me of last week, the Lions and Vikings
Yeah.
line. It shouldn't be
49ers
3.5.
are just so damn good.
Geno Smith's not playing bad football.
Well, Seattle so the Niners just beat the absolute dog shit out of the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
The Seahawks just lost to Carolina. And it's like, yeah, I know Carolina was at home, but looking at this line and looking at what just transpired, I would think it's like 6.
Yeah, I mean,
At
you would
least.
think it would be
Yeah,
more.
but at home,
And, yeah,
That's
the
why I'm saying
12
Seattle's
man-
getting Walker back.
They valued
Yes.
the 12th man, and I think Brock Purdy
And
would
Dallas?
be rattled.
Yeah, DJ Dallas.
What you
yes.
thought Purdy would see against Tampa last week, I think he'll see this week against Seattle. In their
Yeah,
crowd.
so when he came in, when Garoppolo got hurt, were they at home?
yeah,
So this is his first road test,
yeah.
and it's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's why I think the line's where it's at, and it's there for a reason.
So,
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks.
I'm also on the under.
Okay. All right, there you go. A consensus on Thursday. Seattle plus 3.5. I didn't add anything this past week, and I had been having success. I've been having success adding plays to my card, so I could potentially do that. Currently, I only have 4 total plays. My next one is going to be, so we do have 3 plays on Saturday.
Yeah.
Do y'all have anything for Saturday?
Who's playing on that day?
You got noon, you have the Colts and Vikings. 3:30, you have the Ravens and Browns. Then 7:15, you got the Dolphins and Bills.
Oh, my locks on Saturday.
Okay, mine is as well.
I have I'm going Bills minus 7.5. It's going to be if they could even score 10 because
Yeah.
it's going to be a snowstorm.
Oh, is it? I was just thinking
4
we-
to 7 inches of snow.
Nice. I was just thinking we haven't had a snowball yet.
If they don't move it again,
Yeah.
I like the Bills.
Typically,
the
there's
Dolphins
always
can't
at
play
least.
in cold weather.
I mean, it's gonna be tough for them to sling the ball around for sure.
Yeah,
Tua's Hawaiian; he's not used to it.
I think this is a Bills revenge game. They had players passing out in Miami or whatever. Now it's going to be the opposite for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They're going to freeze out. Tua can't throw the deep ball, as we know. He's definitely not going to be able to throw it in the cold.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Jaguars plus 4.5 at home against the Cowboys. 4.5 feels like too many points. I don't think it's an overreaction of the Cowboys nearly losing to the Texans. I think Jacksonville is on the precipice of being a good team.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think next year, another year of Lawrence and
It'd be
Doug
interesting
Peterson.
to see if they could get a little bit more, some threats there in at receiver,
Calvin Ridley.
Oh, yeah.
Calvin
But
Ridley,
maybe in
Christian
the draft,
Kirk.
I mean, there's gonna be
Yeah.
some players, man.
No, yeah, I think they're close. So, but I don't think they're a bad team. They're one of those middle of the pack, like not that bad teams. So I'm taking the Jaguars plus 4.5 at home. And then I have 2 more plays, one being my lock. You doing your 3 again?
Yeah.
So you have 1 more before the lock. What is it?
I'm going with the Titans plus 3
Hmm.
against the Chargers.
I'm on the opposite side of that.
I would, I'm not on it. So, but I would lean Chargers. I feel like I don't know though. Well, I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they stopped giving the ball to Derrick Henry. He had almost 100 yards in the first quarter, and
The turning point of that game was where Henry fumbled.
Yeah.
Okay, but still,
Yeah.
he didn't even hardly touch it in the second
No.
quarter.
Yeah,
He
but
had
no,
3
he was
carries.
dominating, and I think
He had almost 100 yards.
I know the Chargers are probably getting some guys back.
Yeah, it worries me a little bit at home. They have turned it around. It was looking like they were going to be in line for Sean Payton very soon, which they very well still may be. But they're right there in the playoff mix now.
Yeah, but so is Tennessee.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. But what have they done? What are they what have their recent? They've
I mean,
dropped
they've
the last
3
few,
in
right?
a row.
Yeah,
That's why I'm betting on them.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Chargers. They got their guys back on offense. It looked like they figured it out. I mean, granted, it was against Miami, but
It's just
I like Herbert a
Tennessee is
lot.
just struggling to score the ball. My God.
Yeah. But the Chargers do surrender a lot of rushing yards.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to be key here, I think. I think the Titans are
I
going
mean,
to
you're
going to
need a
back
big
here.
game. You're going to need a big game from Henry.
Yeah.
Which you very well may get. Okay. I am gonna do this, I guess. I am going to take the Lions plus 1.
plus,
Yeah.
me too.
The Jets defense is very good. Like really good. Robert Saleh has carried over what he did in San Francisco and brought it with him to New York. Mike White, or Wright, whatever the fuck his last name is, got banged up. He is questionable. Probably will play if I had to guess.
I mean, he was taken to the hospital.
Out of precaution.
Oh.
But the Lions, getting Jamison Williams back is a big deal for the Lions because they are already moving the ball pretty well. If DeAndre Swift can get going.
DJ Chark's playing very well.
Yeah, you got and then now you add another guy who can take the defense in Jamison Williams. We saw him score his first touchdown on his first catch. I think that so will weather be a play in this one?
It'll
As
be
far
cold.
as I saw, no snow, but
No.
Buffalo is also in New York. It's like, how big of a snowstorm is this going to be?
I saw no snow, but it'll be cold. It'll feel like 26.
The Lions are used to playing indoors. That worries me on the road. But yeah, I'm going to take the Lions. The Lions defense played well last week. So
I'm taking him as well.
give me Detroit plus 1.
I think Dan Campbell's going to have him fired up. He likes these type of games. This
Well, it
dude's-
was looking like he was on the hot seat and was going to potentially be fired. And
Yeah.
then they completely have made a turnaround.
Mhm.
So when they needed it most. So
Yeah, sometimes they rush to fire everybody. I mean, the Saints should definitely fire their coach after one season. But,
yes. Yeah, I mean, they've won
but I mean,
4
they're
out of their
talking
last
about
5.
firing Lovie Smith. I
Yeah,
mean,
Houston.
I'd like to see him
Well, their roster
see what he
is-
can do when he drafts whoever they're going to
yeah,
draft.
probably Bryce Young. So let him
That's
go.
who I would draft.
Oh, I'll be shocked if he doesn't go first. I'll be
Yeah.
absolutely shocked. Yeah, give him at least a year. You gotta let him try to develop him.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody right now. What do you expect? Did you expect them to bring you to the playoffs? Yeah, I agree. That doesn't make sense. Dennis Allen, he's a sack of shit. He didn't get handed the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
He got handed the fucking a quality roster and has just driven it into the ground and then taken a big ass shit on it. So fuck Dennis Allen. But the Lions have won 4 out of their last 5. The one loss was 28-25 to Buffalo. So they've turned it around big time.
Yeah.
The Lions are plus 1.
Yes.
They were minus 1 today.
I haven't even seen -1 at all.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, it's gonna flip. I mean, that's not like
Yeah, I
a
had it
drastic-
at -1, so I'm definitely
Um,
taking +1.
All right, so I have just my lock left. So do you?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Our most important bets of the week for the NFL, our locks of the week. I'm taking the Browns -2.5 on Saturday. I'm interested to see what you think because you said yours is on Saturday as well. The Ravens have quarterback issues. This is Deshaun Watson's third game now. At some point, they got to start figuring it out, but they have a very good defense. This is a divisional game. Give me the Browns, -2.5 at home. They'll be jacked up. I think Deshaun Watson's got to eventually start getting things clicking a little bit. They spent a lot of money, and he's touched a lot of masseuses to fucking be able
Yeah.
to still play in this league
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not start putting points on the board. So a lot of quarterback issues going on in Baltimore. I don't know if Lamar Jackson's back. I haven't seen anything really indicating that he is. I know Tyler Huntley got hurt as well. I'm taking the Browns -2.5. A point total at 38.5, so a very low point total. Well, yeah, pretty low. Yeah, my lock of the week, Browns -2.5.
Yeah. That's where I'm going, Browns.
For your lock?
Yeah.
Okay. For what I just said?
Yeah, I think Watson with the running. I think they got to run him more. And it'll be interesting to see, man. It's been kind of bad luck, I guess, for him showing up when he did, because then Cleveland's rushing attack kind of
Yeah.
really slowed down a
Yeah,
lot.
it diminished.
So maybe they can get the running game going, and we'll see. But I think Watson plays a little bit here, and then, like you said, the Ravens. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. 4 weeks left, right? 3? 3 weeks left. Well,
2 after this one.
okay, so 3 weeks left. Justin Jefferson needs around 400 yards to break the yardage record, which is remarkable.
Yeah, he's an incredible player.
He's got exactly 1,500 yards. That's not if he goes for 200 one game, it's not out of
Well,
the
he
question.
just did this
well,
weekend.
If he does it again, I mean, he's at 1,500. He needs around 400. What it's like right around 2,000 was the record, I think, when at Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he broke that, what is it? His third year, 4th year max.
Yeah, something like
He's
that.
already
Third
top
year.
10.
Jamar Chase's second year, so it's his
Yeah.
third year.
He's already top 10 in Vikings receiving yards history.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they had some good ones: Randy Moss, Chris Carter.
He damn just passed up Chris Carter.
Mhm.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, Joseph, what is your lock of the week?
Saints -4 at home.
Ugh.
Desmond Ritter, first start in the
Yeah,
dome.
you ever heard of RG3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or who
I
else
like our
was it?
defense.
Or, rookie quarterbacks in their first start fucking
Yeah.
torch us.
I like our defense against Ritter and the Falcons.
Godspeed on that one. You will not see me bet the Saints for the rest of the year. Won't do
Yeah,
it.
I'll probably never bet him again.
I mean, I will not do it. There's been sharp money on the Saints the last 8 weeks in a row, and I don't think they've covered
Well, they covered against the Bucks.
Tampa. That
but
was
they,
the first one then.
that was a sick way to lose a game.
Yeah. All right, so to recap, Thursday night I'm taking Seattle +3.5. I have the Jaguars +4.5, the Lions +1 on the road, tread lightly, and I'm taking the Browns -2.5 as my lock of the week.
I'm on the Seahawks +3.5. I'm going with the Titans +3, and then I'm taking the Browns -2.5 at home on Saturday as my lock of the week.
Thursday night, I'm going Seahawks +3.5 and the under 43.5. I'm going Bills -7.5, Lions +1, Chargers -3, and the Saints at home as my lock of the week -4.
All righty. You got anything to say before we go?
We gotta finish strong here.
Indeed.
First week of bowl games, we'll see.
A bad week in the NFL means a bounce-back week is on the horizon. Joseph, do you have anything to say before we go?
Good luck.
All right, episode 137 is in the books. It's our best bets for college football and the NFL. If you're out there listening right now and you want to help us out, hit subscribe, tell a friend about the podcast, stop paying those schmucks out there that are not actually betting their games and just telling you a bunch of bullshit. We're handing you out winners for free, 13-2 in his college football locks of the week, but you want to go out there and pay people who don't have a clue what they're doing. Y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this, but a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.